If you have been heartbroken by the devastation and horror of what's happening in Ukraine and are moved to want to do something, how can we help worlds away? I would like to welcome my guest, Valentina Pasakova, here today. She is the founder of Chalice of Mercy. Welcome, Valentina.
Thank you, Jude. Thank you for your invitation, for your message, for your concern, for your love, for your prayers. I appreciate very much. Everything is very necessary. All these things very necessary for us right now. Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. God bless you. As we were talking before we went on, that our hearts are breaking to see the devastation in Ukraine, to see the innocent people that are being killed, that are being traumatized, all the children that just are fleeing, the over 1 million people that are fleeing the country with nowhere to go, just carrying what they have on their backs. And so many of the areas now that have been bombarded, that have lost heat and water and just the everyday essentials. And it really breaks my heart. And I know everyone out there that's watching, we feel so helpless. We want to help. And that's why I reached out to you, because we really want to help. And we want to know that the organization that we are helping, that is really going to make a difference for those people in your country. So I will give the platform over to you. Can you give us just a short background of why this is so important to you? Tell us about just your early beginnings in Ukraine.
Sure. So I was born in Ukraine, in the east part of Ukraine, a city called Zaporizhzhia. It's a very big city, almost 700,000 people. So I was born in a family that did not practice faith because, as you know, during the time of communism, you couldn't practice faith easily. And so, but my conversion happened here in the United States when I have actually moved here by very unique way. I had opportunity because I won a green card lottery. And I'm sure some of our listeners probably know this, but for someone who doesn't, it's an opportunity for many people, about 50,000 people, to win such a lottery, to be able to immigrate to the United States. So I had no idea that I was even playing such a lottery. It's not money, it's just an opportunity to come to the United States. And so my mother has entered me in a green card lottery, and I came here to the United States. And as any immigrant knows, that first year and a half, it's really difficult to be in different country, to learn the language, to learn the culture. And so for me, it was very difficult. But amidst of this difficulty, I remembered how my grandmother has taught me how to say the Our Father prayer. And she said to me, in case God exists, you need to pray this prayer when it's going to be very difficult for you in your life. And so when that moment arrived, when it was just really kind of, for me as a young woman, was just not seeing how my life is going to go forward, I thought, I'm just going to pray this prayer in case God exists, no? Oh. And so I have experienced his presence to such a power that is not only he exists, no, he has a mega power and mega love towards me and towards each person in this world. So, and filled with this particularly because for me it was very important because I grew up without father. So for me, God the Father became a father, the one who gives me providence, love, and everything I needed. So experiencing him, especially in the beginning of conversion, and I'm sure that, you know, people do experience this conversion or reconversion in their life, when you just feel God really strongly in you. The presence is just really profound. So with this, I really felt that I really would like my people back in Ukraine to know that God exists, and He is a merciful and loving Father. So I wrestled with this for a while. First, I thought that I wanted to become a missionary, you know, and I thought, well, how do I going to become a missionary? First, I thought actually Africa, but then I decided that Africa is not my mission. My mission is Ukraine. I was really inspired by Mother Teresa when, of course, everybody wanted to come to Calcutta, no? And she would tell to the people, yes, it's good, the experience is wonderful, but where is your country? Where is your people? Where is your neighbors? These are the hardest to serve, right? So, and I felt in my heart very strong desire to start a nonprofit organization. I knew nothing about what nonprofit organization, how to run it. So what to do with all of this. But I had good friends who helped me to start this. And of course, at that time as well, I was very much has been touched by understanding already little by little, step by step, the sacraments. I understood that what I'm seeing in front of me is a living body of Christ one priest is holding in his hands. So, and when I understood this, for me, it was very clear that I will never move an inch from this altar ever in life, because there's nobody else have given me such a gentleness and love and acceptance beside what I have experienced just altogether with God. And so, and that really motivated everything, no? So I knew that whatever my nonprofit will do, it's going to definitely it will make difference, final difference, when through everything we do, whatever there's going to be, whatever deeds they're going to be, it's going to help to lead people to the sacraments, to confession, to the Eucharist, to the profound prayer, to understanding, to understand deeper, because we do have to, let's say, get it right inside of the Jesus's heart to be able to understand how much we're loved, and that is possible with a incredible strength through the sacraments when we receive Him, His body, His blood. His very body and blood is in me, in you, no, when we receive. So that gives us life. And Jesus was very clear, you have no life if you don't receive me. So to restart a different level of life within the hearts of my people, Ukrainian people, it was obvious, you know, this is the only way. And it was fantastic. So Chalice of Mercy was founded 15 years ago, 2007. And it would be a mission, as I have mentioned, centered on the sacraments, just helping people to understand that God is merciful and loving Father, that He is not a judge that's severely looking from the top and just ready to punish you. And that's for majority people believe, no, it's a pity. That's exactly.
And I just love the fact that now I can understand the name of your organization, Chalice of Mercy, because when I heard that, and I thought immediately of our Lord, you know, the true presence in the chalice of our Lord, and your mission statement on your website. And I want everybody to go to chaliceofmercy.org. That is the go-to place for your beautiful organization. In your mission statement, God is our Father, and He has a very special, personal, and deep love for each one of us. So through your many, many different ministries that you do through your organization, you protect human rights and life from the moment of conception until natural death. You reach out to impoverished hospitals, hospices, orphanages in Ukraine. and you help and support with relief for single mothers and families. And we're seeing today just how that is impacted by this invasion.
Yes, everything, because the mission, yes, we must focus on particular, we must focus, of course, that each organization, each mission has a particular focus. But I believe that if we are to, it's extremely necessary that, especially when we are talking about the sacraments, every mission is the mission of life, no? Because we cannot forget about the little ones who were just conceived. Neither we can forget the ones who are living the last hours of their life, minutes of their life, no? So it has to embrace somehow all of these aspects, right? And so you're right, right now more than ever, we see that how important the dignity of life is, because when the dignity of life, a person, Mother Teresa is really great at this. I'm paraphrasing, don't remember exactly how she said, but she said, the nation that kills its own children is a nation that doomed to war, practically, no? And that's what we see, because if the life within the womb is not valid, how any life will be valued? We can just continue to kill. Because if it's the most smallest and innocent is such a threat, how much more there is someone who is adult.
Yes. Yes.
So the mission, the coordination of our life with God begins right there. No, receptivity of life to the fullness and acceptance of every person that God has created and have a plan with this person in this world. So we're missing a lot of people, a lot of good people. And so it's very important. Yes. And so
can you tell us, Valentina, because I think a lot of people out there, they want to help, but they might be hesitant if they're not really sure how their donation is going to be used. So can you explain to us, for those that will be going on your site, chaliceofmercy.org, and making their donation, how will that be used for those in Ukraine?
Okay, so maybe I should just mention what we have been doing already with existing war, because this is not a new war. That has been happening already for 8 years. And focusing on this, I would like to bring that Chalice of Mercy has been helping people who lived in the war zone of on Ukrainian territories, but very near the front line of those Donetsk and Lugansk region, because there's many people who remain to live on Ukrainian territories in the very poor villages, people who are, starting like 50 plus years old. Some are younger people. Yes, of course, there's some families, but for the most part, there was elder people who were needing just usual care, as, let's say, middle age, older. No, I'm not saying that 50 plus is old, but so Chalice of Mercy mission is primarily, we've been focusing a lot on medical care. And past 3 years, we have been organizing medical trips, surgery missions with a team of Spanish surgeons from Madrid. So we organized in such a way that we would have people arriving to Zaporizhzhia, and we would perform free surgeries for them, whatever surgeries are, starting from hernias and esophagus, stomach problem, tumors, all kinds of type of different surgeries. So, and that was incredible because the need is tremendous, no? So we were been doing this and focusing on that, and also delivering food to those territories, for especially when COVID started, providing relief to these people. But
because like you said, many of the people that are there, we're seeing on the news people fleeing, but there's so many people that can't, they're not mobile, they're not
yes,
able to travel like that.
yes,
And
absolutely.
so
Because some territories have been occupied already by Russian troops, and there is no exit for these people to flee as a refugees, and there is no corridors, there is no opportunity for these people to even come outside. They are right now live in the villages or little towns that without electricity and water, and they're not allowed to come outside. And so what we know, what they're trying to do, the Russian military has been received the order to keep these people to the point of starvation, so they will come and receive humanitarian aid from Russian soldiers. And so they want to make a propaganda, look, the Russian soldiers are bringing food, but our people are refusing, heroically refusing. And so, and going back to your question, that right now, right now, since the last week, since everything started happening, very next day, we immediately decided what we're going to be doing, because I do know, and I have been working with the hospitals in Ukraine. I know the need exactly. It was even before all of this happened, no? So there is tremendous need in the surgical materials, medical surgical materials, medical field materials for the men who are fighting on the territories, no? So then now we are very much in need of baby food, baby formula, and so this type of things are very, very necessary. Tactical gear for our man that is possible to ship, that is legal to ship as well, no? So right now we have been moving every stone that has been small or big to find everything we need. And so in our Diocese of La Crosse that I belong in Wisconsin, our Bishop William Callahan has responded so with an open heart, and he gave a permission to reach out to every parish in our diocese. And right now we are making very big collection of things, which then will be delivered to Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, the McDonald High School. And from there, we're just going to be loading in semi-truck all of these items, and then we're going to be flying this to, some of it to Poland, some of it probably to Germany. So we're still working on logistics, because it's been really, we ran out on this situation because nobody expected anything of this happening, So we're learning together with Ukrainians and Americans and people from all over the world who just want to bring humanitarian aid. My very big, my heart is just swollen with pain and love and prayer, and especially for people in the east part of Ukraine, because my city is about 1,000 kilometers from Lviv. That's when the final station, train station that people arrive. So 1,000 kilometers, imagine, under severe danger. People trying to escape on the trains that are overflowed. It's just not even possible to be in those trains. People are just scared to be to suffocate from no air, and so it's been really difficult to get my friends out.
Oh, our heart goes out to you, because I can imagine you just to be living every moment worrying so much about the people that there, the people that you love, your family, your friends, and as a whole, just the Ukrainian people. But we have seen such beautiful compassion. I've seen many stories, particularly so many refugees are going into Poland. And
Yes.
so the beautiful act of Christ, they're doing they were the hands, the feet, the voice of Christ, to welcome them, to give them a bed to sleep, to give the children a sense of belonging, of a home, even temporarily, where they can rest their head, where they can get a good meal. So I know how much you appreciate, the surrounding countries that are welcoming. And I think, Valentina, to our listeners, as far as in the ways that we can help, and you mentioned that you were in the diocese there in Wisconsin, is there any way for us that live across the United States to raise awareness in our own parishes, in our own diocese, for the need, and going through your organization, Chalice of Mercy, to be able to give that humanitarian aid?
So important for us right now is we see that there's certain things cannot be donated, and we need them very much. So we are talking about some of the things that are men. I'm maybe not talking specifically about the military man, but those men who want to go and fight as well alone, who don't have even camouflage clothing, or things like this, and they need a lot of certain things that we can buy. So for us, the best it is donations, financial donations, even if it's just $1, because also as well, we need to pay a shipment cost, and a big containers, imagine a 40-footer, or a big semi truck, it's going to cost us a lot. So for us, it's important now to help with this, because I think people been really generous with other items that were on our list, which we have requested, but certain things we just need to buy, and purchase.
Exactly. You know firsthand the essentials that are needed and how those funds could best be utilized and used. So definitely, everyone, I will link it below, go to chaliceofmercy.org and reach out, because when you go on that website, it will give you a sense, as we are in Lent right now, a sense, how can you live out your Lenten? Really, your part of your journey is to give of yourself, and this, I thought, might be a very nice time. We're thinking of almsgiving. We're thinking of how are we going to maybe take those sacrifices, those things that we've given up, our favorite coffee or going out to eat or whatever. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could take those things, the amount of those things, and donate it to your organization, which is really doing so much, and you being a citizen of Ukraine and knowing really what is going on there. We have so many different voices that we're watching and listening to, but you really can give us the insight and know best how our donation could help the most.
Yes, thank you. And I appreciate for anyone who is considering to making donations, I assure you that it's going to go very much directly to where it needs to. And this have been always our very much, this is the only way how we worked, everything that has been donated, it goes directly to the people. And so, and right now, this is the most essential, so I'm really thankful for anyone who's concerned, who's praying, whose heart is open for Ukraine, for my people, for my country. And the last thing I want to say that is very important for us to remember when Our Lady said in Fatima, that how much is important to pray, and particularly to pray the Rosary. And I see the Rosary on your wall as well. And Rosary has become a symbol of Ukraine. Since the Revolution of Dignity started to outthrow pro-Russian government, which was President Yanukovych holding office in 2013, no, and people finally said it's enough because he refused to belong to sign a petition for European Union, to belong to European Union, and people just had enough. Because though Ukraine has been free for over 30 years now, right, from Soviet Union, but it has never been free. It always had like a silk thread and depend on the government at different timing. It was more or less. But then my people, we as Ukrainians want to cut off that silk thread and want to become completely independent and live our own life with our own culture, with our own language, with everything our own, no, and just work and live and enjoy opportunities with different countries. And when we want to belong to NATO, of course, you know, that really made Putin claustrophobic. But of course, he was waiting for this for 8 years or something of that sort. But so the reason why I'm mentioning all this, so the Rosary, no? So when the revolution started in 2013, there was one priest who brought 1 million plastic white rosaries. They were just like simple rosaries, and give it to the people who were on main square of Kiev called Maidan. And our men, our soldiers, our best warriors, they took these rosaries and they brought with them to the front line near Donetsk and Lugansk, this regions. And they have been saying their numerous occasions they have experienced miracles in the presence of Our Lady, no? So
so beautiful. That is so beautiful and touching. And we know the power of the rose. Yes. We know the power of the prayers. Oh, that's beautiful, Valentina.
So please, another plea, very big one, and very take to extreme consideration to pray the Rosary for peace in the world, because the war in Ukraine has to do with entire change, global change. If Ukraine loses, everybody will lose, everyone. This is not just concern Ukraine. That's what is so frightening. And that's why our President Zelensky is trying to really shout now, because the whisper did not work, a voice did not work, but now maybe shouting.
Yes.
What else can we do? No, so very important. Yes, we're doing action. We're organizing right now this big humanitarian aid, particularly medical, surgical supplies and necessary things that is going to help to save lives, no, including, you know, baby supplies, very important, like essential things that is extremely needed, but also a prayer of the Rosary. That is, we're requesting, we're asking, we're pleading with everybody to get to know the prayer of the Rosary and the power, because Satan is really afraid, particularly the Rosary. For him, it is the weapon that destroys him. As Saint Padre Pio said, I'm sure your listeners probably know about this saint, right? So Saint Padre Pio said this is the weapon against the Satan. So good. So against that type of enemy, yes, right now our military is using the power and the guns, but also including to that, we need to defend our country and sovereignty and independence of our country. We need to use also the Rosary.
Yes.
Is important. So
because like you said, you know, we know the world is, you know, under attack in so many different ways, and spiritually as well. You know, there's so many people that are hurting and in need of that healing presence that only Jesus Christ will give us. And Our Lady is there. She is there in all the moments, and it is so powerful. So I offer every day a Rosary for Ukraine, and I know my viewers are doing the same thing. And let us take that extra step out there. And please go on the website and look at chaliceofmercy.org and see how you can take that step to help somehow. And I know that Valentina is doing everything possible to reach those people most in need, and she really knows what they need, and is working so diligently. So God bless you in your efforts, Valentina. Thank you so much for coming and explaining to us all about your country and the need. And like you said, that we are a world. Let us come together and be as one. I think it's so beautiful to see how much we are joining in this fight for you. But we all have to remember that even though it may be far away, everything that happens does affect, and we need to take a stand, and we need to help all our brothers and sisters around the world. So God bless you. Thank you so much, and we will certainly be praying each and every moment of each and every day. So God bless you.
Thank you, Jude, and everybody. Thank you. God bless you. I pray for you as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless.